That's as the butler. He welcomes visitors and takes care of them.
We should have a butler here at the mill.
That'd be good, wouldn't it, eh? And what can I do for you, Miss Elsie?
A glass of orange juice and a jammy jumbly, please. I have a box of more dolls things upstairs.
Right.
Then, guess who turned up?
Oh, no.
Tiny me.
It was Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Oh, you're by yourself. It's a good job I popped in to keep you company.
Yes.
Then, the phone rang.
Loretta speaking. How may I help you? You're kidding me. Shiny gold stars? Oh, yes, Mr. Dinky. Ooh, you can come round right now.
Well, what is it? Who's Mr. Dinky?
He's from the Sunny Sands tourist office. He's coming to inspect us to see whether we deserve some shiny gold stars.
Excellent. We should get at least 3, maybe even 5.
Oh, I think we deserve more than that. I can see rows and rows of them. We'll be like those big hotels.
Yes, today Great Aunt Loretta was dreaming of hundreds and hundreds of shiny gold stars.
If we're going to be like those big hotels, then we need to make some big changes.
What do you mean, big changes?
Well, big hotels have big things in them, big, bright things. We need to get rid of all those scruffy little things, and that includes you. Shoot.
Poor Wolfie. That's not fair.
And you, Grandpa. We can't have little old men cluttering up the place. Come to you.
Let me go.
I'll let you go where Mr. Dinky's gone.
Get my caps upstairs.
I knew why Grandpa needed his cap, so he could shrink.
Here you go, Grandpa. Have a little lie down. I've locked him in. I think it's for the best.
Great Aunt Loretta put the key to Grandpa's room in her bag.
Now, come along, Elsie, to the pigsty. There's a lot of work to be done.
So, I had to go to Great Aunt Loretta's pigsty, which is where she lives, and put all her stuff in the sitting room.
There. Now, if this doesn't get us lots of shiny gold stars, I'll eat my cardigan.
Everything's so big and...
Beautiful, just like the big hotels.
Then the doorbell went.
That'll be Mr. Dinky now. Oh, stand up straight, Elsie. You need to look big too.
And while she went to let the hotel inspector in, I grabbed Grandpa's cap and got the key to his room.
May I present Mr. Dinky?
Hello.
This is Mr. Dinky, who's come to give us lots of shiny gold stars.
This was my chance to get Grandpa out of his room.
Golly gosh. Everything in this room is very big.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Dinky, sir. Oh, yes. That's our motto. Big is beautiful. So, how many shiny gold stars for our decoration?
None.
None?
But Great Aunt Loretta wasn't giving up.
You stay right there, sir, Mr. Dinky, sir. I'll be straight back.
She left Mr. Dinky to have a good look round.
Too big. Way too big.
Well done, Elsie. How are things going with Mr. Dinky? Any shiny gold stars?
Not yet. Great Aunt Loretta's sure he likes big things, but I think she's got it wrong.
It wouldn't be the first time. Sounds to me like she needs some help. And the only way to do that is by being small.
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He runs and jumps about all over the place, and I can never catch him. He loves driving Jason's toy car and the Sunny Sands train. And sometimes he gets into Josh's helicopter and flies all around the room. But today, he only needed to get upstairs, so I put him in my pocket.
That's quite big.
Mr. Dinky was busy looking at everything.
Enormous.
Oh, no. What has she done to the place?
Gigantic. That's so big, I need some fresh air.
He rushed to the balcony. As soon as Mr. Dinky had gone, I took Grandpa out of my pocket. Then I put the key back in Great Aunt Loretta's bag.
Loretta has got it wrong. Mr. Dinky doesn't like big things at all. I expect he only likes little things.
No, we'll never get any shiny gold stars now.
Oh, yes, we will. But I've got to think of a plan.
But just then, Great Aunt Loretta came back.
Mr. Dinky, where is he?
He's on the balcony. He's not feeling very good.
It's a good job I made some green gloop and a giant mackerel and cold custard baguette. Yum.
It's okay, Elsie. I've thought of a plan, but I want your help.
So, how many shiny gold stars for my big glass of delicious homemade green gloop?
Mr. Dinky poured the gloop into the pot plant.
None.
Well, how many shiny gold stars for my giant mackerel and cold custard baguette?
He threw it off the balcony.
None.
Well, I never. Oh, you're impossible to please, you are. I give up.
Great Aunt Loretta started packing up.
Taking everything back to my pigsty. I've had enough of that, Mr. Dinky and his shiny gold stars.
All this time, we were busy with Grandpa's plan, decorating one of the guest rooms with little things from my doll's house.
Perfect. Now you go and get Mr. Dinky. You know what to say.
Yes. What are you going to do, Grandpa?
You'll see.
I ran onto the balcony. Excuse me, Mr. Dinky. Would you like to see one of the guest bedrooms? It's quite small.
Is it? Well, in that case, perhaps I'll take a teeny tiny peek.
So, I led Mr. Dinky to the guest room. This is our room of little things.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I left Mr. Dinky to have a good look round.
Small. Tiny. Teeny tiny.
Welcome to Mill on the Marsh, sir.
Golly gosh. A little butler.
Of course, really it was Grandpa. He'd dressed up in the butler doll's clothes.
You're the smallest butler I've ever met.
Thank you, sir. Small is beautiful. That is our motto.
It's my motto too. I love all these little things.
Perhaps sir would like to give them a shiny gold star.
Oh, I would. Lots of them.
And Mr. Dinky started sticking shiny gold stars on all the little things. Grandpa's plan had worked.
Would sir care for a little lie down now? A little snooze, perhaps?
Oh, yes. A little snooze would be perfect. Thank you.
So Mr. Dinky lay down on the bed.
Let's leave him now. I'll get changed and meet you in the kitchen.
Okay. I went back to the sitting room.
Where's the dreadful Mr. Dinky?
Having a little lie down.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I suppose I'd better let Grandpa out.
No, it's okay. I'll do it.
Oh.
Grandpa crept into the room, ran across the floor and jumped into Upsy Downsy. And down he went. Come on, Grandpa, quick.
Did it, Elsie? Shiny gold stars galore. Teamwork, I call it.
Yes, Grandpa, teamwork. We went back upstairs to wait for Mr. Dinky to finish his little snooze.
That was a wonderful little snooze. And this room looks much better now you've got rid of all the big things.
Don't you like big things?
I hate big things.
Oh, you might have said.
This is far and away the best little hotel in Sunny Sands. Oh, it's so small, it's divine. And as for your little butler, I could have put him in my pocket.
Little butler? What little butler?
Never mind, Loretta.
Shiny gold star for you. And you. And you. Shiny gold stars for everyone and everything.
Thank you, Mr. Dinky. The mill on the marsh is very proud.
I must be off. Lots more hotels to visit. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Woo! You see? I told you we get hundreds. Mind you, he was bonkers. Little butler indeed.
Today, I was feeling really excited because our big cousin Jemima had come home from fashion college. She'd made us all Captain Dumbletwit costumes.
Oh no! It's diabolical Dave!
I'm coming to get you, Captain Dumbletwit!
Oh no, you're not! You'll never catch me!
And Elsie was Pelicar, Captain Dumbletwit's pot plant alarm.
It's Pelican! Let me see.
We were going to Miss Smiley's cafe for Captain Dumbletwit's dress-up party.
Where's Doojit, my trusty alien pet?
I'm here, Captain Dumbletwit.
Captain Dumbletwit is everyone's favourite cartoon.
I'll get it. Douche to the rescue.
I've captured Captain Dumbletwit's spaceship.
Oh no!
Then another Captain Dumbletwit cartoon character turned up. An alien poodle. Really? It was Mr. Mentor, the inventor.
Oh, you all look fabadiculous!
Mr. Mentor doesn't just invent things, he invents words too.
I'm afraid I've come with some bad news.
Bad news? Don't tell me the party's been cancelled.
No, nothing like that. Someone is back in Sunny Sands. Someone who might try to steal my inventions.
Who?
Mr. Greater, the creator.
Mr. Greater, the creator?
Shouldn't you be back at the lighthouse guarding them?
Oh, no need. I've invented a Brilioso burglar blaster. It's an alarm. I got the idea from Captain Dumbletwit's Panicker.
Does it mean it goes like this? Wow!
Exactly like that, only louder. Loud enough to be heard all over Sunny Sands. So when I'm out, I'll know that Mr. Greater is up to mischief.
I'd really like to see this Brilioso burglar blaster.
Me too. And me. Can we go to the lighthouse on our way to the cafe, Jemima? Please?
But what about Grandpa? He can't get up all those stairs.
Oh, don't you worry about me. I'll have a little lie down, then I get a taxi to the cafe.
Okay. Dad, we're ready to go now.
Where's she go to? Oh,
I knew what Grandpa was thinking.
I want to make sure that the Brilioso burglar blaster is working properly.
Knowing Mr. Mentor probably isn't.
Mr. Greater, the creator, is always trouble and he's got to be stopped. But it's all right, because I've got this.
Not the shrieking cat, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. Come back! He runs about so fast I can't catch him. He zooms about in Jason's toy car. And chuffs in the Sunny Sands train. He uses his magic to make things fly. He even makes my Mrs. Ostrich fly, which is amazing, because ostriches don't fly, actually. And my helicopter. And Gordon the seagull. But because he was being Captain Dumbletwit today, he took the spaceship.
Captain Dumbletwit, off to save the universe!
Grandpa zoomed out of the window and flew up to the lighthouse at top speed. Mr. Greater was already there, but nobody knew because the Brilioso burglar blaster wasn't working. Then something plane flew in and Mr. Greater the Creator saw it.
Goodness gracious! And golly gosh! A Captain Dumbletwit spaceship that actually flies! Mr. Mentor is cleverer than I thought.
The spaceship landed and Grandpa ducked out of sight.
Mr. Greater wanted to know how it worked. He was about to look inside and see Grandpa, but then he heard us coming up the stairs.
Oh, double dollop of dread!
He put the spaceship down, climbed up the ladder and hid upstairs.
Why? Oh, and no flashing lights, which means that Mr. Greater the Creator hasn't been here and everything is safe.
Is this a Brilioso burglar blaster?
It is, and it is truly brillious.
There was Grandpa, but we couldn't talk to him.
Josh, Elsie, come and look.
We had to go and look at the burglar blaster.
Are you sure it works? I mean, have you tested it yet?
No? Why? Do you think I should?
Well, it's just your inventions, they sometimes take a while to get going.
That's absolutely true. They are very lazy. I'll test the wah-wah-wah. That's the important bit.
While Mr. Mentor was testing the wah-wah-wah, Grandpa started to make funny signs at us.
But we couldn't understand what he meant. Then Mr. Mentor said,
No, the wah-wah-wah's not working. Oh, how disappointable.
Maybe it just needs a new battery.
No, it doesn't need a new battery.
A new battery, of course. I'll pop down to the shops and buy one. If I can find some money.
I think we should go to the cafe now. I've gone to all this bother with your costumes. No way we're missing the party. Oh.
Then Jemima saw the spaceship.
I didn't know you brought this with you, Josh.
A Captain Dumbletwit spaceship. Spectacular.
Come on, everyone.
Is this...
We can't miss it.
But Grandpa needed the spaceship so he could get away from the lighthouse. So I put it back on the table.
As soon as we'd gone, Mr. Greater the Creator climbed down the ladder.
Grandpa had to fix the Brilioso burglar blaster before he ran off with all Mr. Mentor's inventions. So he sneaked inside.
At Miss Smiley's cafe, we were admiring everyone's costumes.
And at the lighthouse, Mr. Greater was stealing all the inventions. Grandpa fixed the Brilioso burglar blaster and ran back into the spaceship.
All he had to do was wait for Mr. Greater to open the door and the alarm would go off.
Back at Miss Smiley's cafe,
Josh, what have you done with Jason's spaceship? You haven't left it at the lighthouse, have you?
I thought it might be needed.
By Captain Dumbletwit? I don't think so.
Mr. Greater the Creator had got all of Mr. Mentor's inventions and was ready to leave.
He opened the door and this happened. Mr. Greater went into a panic. He didn't know what to do.
That's the Brilioso burglar blaster. I told you it needed a new battery. Mr. Mentor must be testing it out.
What if it's not a test? What if it's an actual burglar? It could be Mr. Greater the Creator.
I'll go and see. Maybe Mr. Mentor might need some help.
Double dollop of dread! Stop it!
Mr. Greater was trying to stop the Brilioso burglar blaster, but he wasn't having any luck.
So he decided to make a run for it instead, but Grandpa stopped him.
Out of my way! No! No! Get off!
Just then, in came Mr. Mentor with the new batteries.
Mr. Greater the Creator!
Oh, Mr. Mentor, the inventor!
Jason rushed in. He stopped the Brilioso burglar blaster.
What are you doing here, Mr. Greater?
Oh, I was just passing by and I thought I'd pop in and say hello. Hello! Anyway, I'd better be off. Wonderful inventions. Wonderful! That spaceship! I don't know how you do it, Mr. Mentor.
No, neither do I.
Well, have a nice day. Bye!
Very strange man he is. Oh, now, I must take a closer look at this spectacular spaceship.
Suddenly, it took off. Grandpa had to get away fast.
Follow it, Jason! Follow it!
He flew the spaceship all the way to Miss Smiley's cafe and landed on the pier. He didn't want to miss out on the party.
Everyone was dancing to the Captain Dumbletwit music, so nobody saw Grandpa running across the cafe and into the storeroom.
Nobody, that is, except us. We went to talk to him.
Cap off, Grandpa, quick! He came back to his normal size.
What happened? Did you catch the burglar?
Sort of. I stopped Mr. Grater from stealing all Mr. Mentor's inventions, and I fixed the Brilioso burglar blaster, so I don't think he'll be back.
Great job, Grandpa!
Well, you helped. I would have had no chance without the spaceship. Teamwork, I call it.
Teamwork! Mr. Mentor was telling everyone the story.
The spaceship flew out of the lighthouse window. It flew all the way to the cafe by itself. We found it outside on the pier. I must have invented the flying bit without realising.
Everyone was very impressed.
And my Brilioso burglar blaster fixed itself. Quite remarkable.
Yes, remarkable.
Captain Dumbletwit, you've arrived. What took you so long?
Sorry, I was saving the universe.
Very funny. So you managed to get a taxi then?
Something like that.
Well, you've missed all the excitement. Come and sit down and I'll tell you all about it.
It was an exciting day for my cousin Jemima because one of her favourite TV presenters was coming to stay at the Mill on the Marsh.
I can't believe it. Millie Muddleton staying here.
Well, we need someone lovely to open our Sunny Sands fete tomorrow, Jemima.
This is her. Look, Grandpa. You'll really like her.
Millie Muddleton was going to be the guest at the Sunny Sands fete tomorrow in our meadow.
She does an animal rescue show on TV. She loves animals.
That means she'll love Wolfie.
Oh, dear me. I'm so behind. Miss Muddleton will be here any minute.
She won't want to be called Miss Muddleton. She's Millie.
Well, let's just see when she arrives, eh? Oh, dear, I wish your mum hadn't gone away this week. I'm in a real muddle.
This was the day when everyone was in a muddle with Miss Muddleton.
That'll be her. I'll get it.
And Jemima ran to answer the door.
Hi, I'm Jemima.
Well, I'm Miss Muddleton. Here.
And Miss Muddleton stomped up the stairs.
This is, Miss Muddleton.
And suddenly, Miss Muddleton did this.
Good gracious. Do you always make an entrance like that?
Of course.
Then she saw Wolfie.
Ugh, not a dog. I can't stand dogs.
Oh, Wolfie won't do any harm.
But I thought you loved animals.
My earring! I've lost my earring! It must have come out when I cartwheeled. Must have gone in the mouse hole. A mouse hole? Do you have mice? Just one. Shh! Oh, this is a terrible hotel!
Look, we'll find your earring. Let me show you to your room, Miss Muddleton. It's that way. Jemima, could you fetch Miss Muddleton's towels? I left them in the kitchen.
I don't understand. How can she not like animals when she has a whole show about rescuing them? This is weird.
The first thing to do is to find the earring, and there's only one way to do that.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
When Grandpa shrinks, there's no stopping him.
He can run really, really fast.
And his magic can make things go, like my cousin Jason's plane.
He even makes my Mrs. Ostrich fly, which is amazing, because ostriches can't fly, actually.
And when he's small, he can get into really tiny places.
Which is what he was doing today.
Won't be long.
It's a terrible room, far too high. I loathe high places.
Jemima, we're moving Miss Muddleton to the downstairs room.
And I won't want blue towels. White towels. Always. Where's that old man gone?
Grandpa? For a little lie down, I expect.
And off they went to the downstairs room.
I don't believe this. She's nothing like this on TV.
Of course, Grandpa wasn't lying down at all. He was here. And so was the mouse of the mill.
Ah, Mouse. Fancy meeting you here. Seen an earring by any chance? No? Ah. I wonder if you'd mind if I squeezed past you to have a look. No? Right. I'll go the other way.
And Grandpa went the other way, but the mouse wanted to play chase.
Go away.
Meanwhile, in the kitchen,
She's in the meadow. She wants coffee.
Right.
No, she wants it in a cup, not a mug.
Of course she does.
so Jemima found a cup for fussy Miss Muddleton.
She's nothing like what I expected. She's absolutely horrible. Hi!
Ah, your coffee will be ready any minute, Miss Muddleton.
I've left my handbag by the old man's chair. Can you get it for me?
And Jemima went to find the bag.
At last, Grandpa had found the earring, and he threw it out of the hole.
Out he came and jumped onto the table.
Had it been quicker, but that mouse always wants to play chase.
Poor Jemima, she really wanted Millie Muddleton to be nice.
But Millie Muddleton is dreadful. She can't possibly open the Sunny Sands fete in the meadow. She'll be rude to everyone.
Jemima says she's nothing like that on TV.
Well, if Millie Muddleton is nothing like this on TV, then something is up, and I'm going to find out what it is. Detective time.
Then Jemima came in and Grandpa hid.
She wants her bag. She's so difficult.
We found the earring.
Thanks, but I don't suppose it'll make her happy. It's almost like she's the wrong person.
At that moment, Grandpa ran and jumped into Millie Muddleton's bag.
Then Jemima picked it up.
And off went Jemima with Millie Muddleton's bag and Grandpa. Jemima was surprised to find Miss Muddleton doing yoga.
I got your bag. And I found your earring.
Take it away. I'll never wear that earring again. Not now that it's been in a mouse hole. Ugh.
Here we go. Coffee.
I've changed my mind. I want lime juice with ice, honey, a sprig of mint, and some biscuits.
Whoa, that's clever.
It's not clever. It's what I do. You don't seem to know anything about my work. Oh, what sort of dancing do you want me to do at the fete tomorrow?
Dancing? We weren't expecting any dancing. We just thought you would, well, you know, go around all the stores and talk to everyone.
You've got me here just to talk to people. Really? Oh, run along, the pair of you.
We were worried about Grandpa being stuck in her bag.
Can we go out and see her?
No, she wants to be left alone.
Millie Muddleton was not alone.
Grandpa was with her. He jumped out of her bag and ran to the table.
Just in time, because Millie did this.
Hello, it's Molly Muddleton here. Molly Muddleton.
Molly?
Grandpa knew something was wrong. This girl was Molly, and they'd invited Millie. There'd been a muddle.
I need a taxi now, please. I'm at the mill on the Marsh, and I want to leave as soon as possible.
At that moment, Uncle CJ and Jemima arrived with the juice and biscuit.
Wrong biscuits. And the ice is square. I like round ice. Well, take it away.
Grandpa had to get to us to tell us the news.
He ran behind the tree and made for the courtyard.
Then he ran into the kitchen.
It's the wrong Miss Muddleton. That one's Molly. We want Millie.
Oh!
I'm so sorry, Miss Muddleton.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I agreed to come, and I'm leaving. My taxi will be here any minute.
And she stomped off to get her things. They're coming, Grandpa! Hide!
Grandpa hid in a mug. Molly Muddleton, Uncle CJ and Jemima came back in. Jemima was really upset.
Uncle CJ saw Molly Muddleton out.
Goodbye, Miss Muddleton. I'm sorry you won't be opening our fete.
Then Then he came back and said,
What a disaster. I'm going to have to ring round everyone and cancel tomorrow's fete.
No, don't do that.
Why not? There's no point. Cancel it, Dad. Millie Muddleton is horrid and I don't want anything to do with this stupid fate. I'm going on a long walk.
Oh, come back, Jemima.
And Jemima went off all upset. And Uncle CJ followed.
Do you think Millie Muddleton's got a sister called Molly?
Maybe.
A little more detective work required, but I don't have to be small. Let's see if we're right. Look up Millie Muddleton on the tablet, Josh.
And Grandpa jumped down onto the floor. He took off his cap and came back to his normal size.
Well, were we right?
Yes, Millie Muddleton has a twin sister called Molly, a dancer.
Oh, right. Now listen. Find Millie Muddleton's phone number and ring her straight away. A dancer, eh? That explains all those exercises. I'm sure we can make this better.
So Josh found Millie's number and dialed it.
Hello, Millie Muddleton. Are you going to open our fete? You didn't get an invitation?
When Uncle CJ and Jemima came back a little bit later, they were both in for a big surprise.
I'll ring everyone up and cancel the fete.
I shouldn't be too hasty if I were you.
Just then, the doorbell went.
I think you should answer that, Jemima. Well, go on.
So Jemima went to answer the door.
Hello, I'm Millie Muddleton. I've come to stay and open your Sunny Sands fete.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't get the invitation. Someone called Josh rang me up.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so pleased to see you. Come in.
Never been more pleased to see anyone. Do come up.
At last, Jemima was happy.
Well, that was a good bit of detective work by all of us, wasn't it?
It wasn't just detective work, it was teamwork.
And Millie Muddleton turned out to be just as lovely as Jemima said she was.
This place is beautiful. I love it. And I love you too.
I can't wait for you to open the fete.
Why don't we do it together, Jemima? Cool. I'm so glad you rang me, Josh. I think that maybe my sister Molly got the invitation. We're always getting in a muddle.
Really?
Oh, yes. I'm glad she didn't turn up, though. She's big, big trouble. It's not that funny.
It was an exciting day at the mill on the marsh because our friends, Ollie and Lauren, had come to play. We were in the meadow.
What are we going to do now?
Dressing up! Yay! Just then, Auntie Jules came into the meadow.
And at that moment, who should turn up but Horatio Heave-Ho.
Yo-ho! Heave-ho! Horatio!
How lovely to see you, Horatio.
He's the Sunny Sands bank manager, but he wants to be a pirate.
Arr, say hello, Stinky. Arr, everyone.
Hello, Stinky.
I've walked all the way from Sunny Sands to see if anyone wants to join me for an adventure on the high seas.
Well, why not?
You see, Bob the Boat has lent me his boat for the day, and Mr. Mentor, the inventor, has invented this. It's a fantastical treasure-finding machine for finding treasure. It's what we pirates do, see? Yo-ho, heave-ho, Horatio!
Yo-ho, heave-ho, Horatio! Yes, this was a day for a piratey adventure.
So, me hearties, are you ready to join my fearsome crew?
Ready!
Just then we heard it was Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
And I'm all ready for a piratey adventure, yo-ho, heave-ho, Horatio.
How did
How do you know about it, Loretta? I met Bob the Boat in town and he told me. And I've made a picnic. I've got curry and custard cupcakes. I've got sardine and strawberry sandwiches. I'll see what I can add to that.
And off went Auntie Jules.
Come on, me hearties. I want to see you looking like real pirates in 2 shakes of Stinky's tail.
Yo ho! Each day I sit at a boring desk in a serious suit and tie. Managing a bank's not funny, and that's the reason why I'd rather be a pirate, a sailing on the sea with Stinky on my shoulder, happy as can be. A brave and roaring pirate, that's what I want to be, instead of organising other people's money. Oh, I don't want to work, I just want to play, 'cause I get my pleasure from my leisure. When I'm digging all night and I'm digging all day, digging up pirate treasure. When we're digging all night and we're digging all day, digging up pirate treasure. Arr!
I'm just going to tell Grandpa that we're going.
Treasure-finding machine, eh? Invented by Mr. Mental. Can I come too?
Oh, no, Grandpa. You stay here and have a little lie down. Besides, there won't be enough room. Not if Loretta's going too. Come on, Josh. I'll take you all in campo.
Loretta's going. Even more reason for me to come. And there'll be room for me if I'm small.
The shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
When my grandpa wears his shrinking cap, all sorts of things can happen.
His magic can make things go. Like my cousin Jason's car. Or his balloon. Or my helicopter. So Grandpa can travel anywhere when he's small. But today, he wasn't going to go by plane or car or helicopter. He was going in my backpack.
Auntie Jules all to Bob's boat, and soon we were getting ready to set sail.
Yo ho! So let's away on our pirate ship like pirates did of old. And you all have me to thank when we dig up silver and gold. There'll be rubies, there'll be diamonds for all of us to see. There'll be sapphires, there'll be emeralds buried deep beneath the sea. I'm a brave and roaring pirate, that's all I want to be, instead of managing a boring old bank.
Going to Bungle Island. I hear it's bursting with treasure.
Bungle Island? I've heard it's bursting with bonglebirds.
What are bonglebirds like?
Bonglebirds are thieves, Lauren. They pinch food and anything that's shiny or sparkly.
Have no fear, Loretta, my dear. Stinky'll see off any of those pesky bonglebirds. Won't you, Stinky? That's a yes.
We don't want to work, we just want to play, 'cause we get our pleasure from our leisure.
When we're digging all night and we're digging all day, digging up pirate treasure.
Arr! Come on now, mateys, gather up all your piratey gear.
I'll bring the life jackets.
When we're digging all night and we're digging all day, digging up pirate treasure.
And soon, the boomerang was at full sail and heading for Bungle Island.
When we arrived, we all stepped ashore, and Horatio Heave-Ho said,
Here is the shiny key to the engine of Bob's boat.
Oh, those bonglebirds would love a shiny key. If they take it, we'll be stuck here on Bungle Island.
Well, they shan't have it, Loretta. It's going right here in my pocket. See? Right, fearsome crew. Time to look for treasure.
So, Horatio Heave-Ho tried to start Mr. Mentor's fantastical treasure finder.
He tried and tried and tried, but nothing was happening.
Shivering shrimps! Nothing's happening. The fantastical treasure finder is broken.
Oh, don't be upset. Why don't you have one of my curry and custard cupcakes? No?
I quickly got Grandpa out.
Put me in the treasure finder, Josh. I'll see what I can do.
And I put him in the treasure finder. Grandpa often makes Mr. Mentor's inventions work.
He pulled some strings and turned a wheel and pushed a lever and the machine started to work.
It's working! Look!
Yay!
Now let's go treasure hunting!
Yo-ho, heave-ho, Horatio!
So off we went, with Grandpa inside the treasure finder, leaving Great Aunt Loretta to get the picnic ready.
But then this happened. One by one, the Bonglebirds appeared in the Bongle-Wongle tree, and they did this. They flapped around Great Aunt Loretta, then they started stealing the curry and custard cupcakes, and the sardine and strawberry sandwiches.
The Bonglebirds were so determined to get the picnic that Great Aunt Loretta had to run away.
And just then, we all came back.
No sign of any treasure. None at all.
Not of any treasure, but the place is heaving with Bonglebirds.
Suddenly the Bonglebirds swooped down and attacked the Fantastical treasure finder. They were pecking at the shiny knobs, trying to steal them. And I was really worried about Grandpa. I'll chase the birds away. You get Grandpa out.
Come on, we have to shoot them away.
Shoot!
While the others chased the birds, and Horatio and Great Aunt Loretta clung to each other, I got Grandpa out. He ran, and he climbed up the Bongle-Wongle tree.
We must leave Bongle Island at once.
And Horatio took the key to Bob's boat out of his pocket.
Luckily, I still have the shiny key to the engine of Bob's boat.
But he didn't have it for long because a Bonglebird swooped down from the tree and stole it.
Lullaby lobsters! We're stuck on the island. We're marooned.
Marooned?
Elsie showed me where Grandpa was.
Get me Stinky, Josh. I think I can see these Bonglebirds off with Stinky.
Horatio, can I borrow Stinky?
You can have him. I don't deserve to have a parrot on my shoulder. I'm not a proper pirate. I should stick to being a bank manager.
I put Stinky on the branch. Grandpa hid under Stinky's wing.
And the two Bonglebirds came back, and Grandpa did this.
The Bonglebirds were terrified. Away they flew.
Right. I'll get the key now.
And Grandpa jumped up to the next branch and into the nest and found the key. Then he threw it down to me.
Now me.
He jumped down into my backpack.
We'll find the key. We'll
Think of something.
I don't think we'll see those Bonglebirds again, Horatio. And look! The key!
Well done, Josh. You scared them away.
It wasn't me, it was Stinky.
I told you my Stinky would see him off.
Oh, for goodness sake, let's just go home.
So we sailed back to Sunny Sands in the boomerang. Auntie Jules drove Ollie and Lauren home in Campo. And soon we were back at the mill on the marsh.
Grandpa jumped out of my backpack.
Come off, Grandpa.
Oh, that was close. We nearly got stuck on Bongle Island.
Well done for scaring them off, Grandpa.
And well done you two for helping. And what do we call this, eh?
Teamwork.
Oh, Grandpa, had a nice lie down.
Oh, it's a good job he didn't come with us on our piratey adventure. Whew, you'd have been scared silly by those birds. Oh, Horatio's so brave and roary. And Stinky frightened them off.
What, like this? Squawk!
Yes, very like that, actually.
It was an exciting day at the Mill on the Marsh because a special guest was staying. She was a famous writer who wrote children's stories, and her name was Natty Scribbler.
You are so lucky to be staying here all summer. It's the most beautiful place. Yes, it is, Wolfie, and you're a lucky boy too, aren't you?
I've got a plane.
Oh, it's wonderful. Does it fly?
Sometimes.
Will you tell us a story, Natty?
When I've thought of one, I will. You see, I want to start on a new story, and I'm hoping that something in this wonderful mill will give me a bright idea. It's so lovely, and well, it feels almost magical.
It very is. Yes, Natty Scribbler was here to discover the magic of the mill on the marsh.
The first thing I need is peace and quiet. Goodness, what can that be?
I don't know. We'll find out. Come on, Elsie. So, off we went to find out about the noise.
In the kitchen, Grandpa and Uncle CJ had heard the noise too.
No, not today. It's Loretta.
Sounds like a goose trying to lay an egg.
Then the noise started again.
It started again. What is it?
It's Loretta. She's learning to play the trombone.
But Natty needs it to be quiet to think up a story.
Hey, Danny me. It's coming on, eh? Why?
Natty Scribbler's upstairs trying to think of a story.
Why didn't somebody say? Oh, I've got loads of ideas, I have.
No, Loretta, wait. She wants ideas from Josh and Elsie.
Oh, don't be silly, Grandpa. They won't have any ideas. They're children.
And off she went.
I do love your work. And here you're after an idea. Well, I'm full of ideas, me. I'm very creative in many ways. You may have heard me playing the trombone earlier.
I did.
Oh, what about a story about a mermaid? Or a giant? Or a baboon with a big blue bottom?
I'm not sure that's quite my style.
I know what you need. I've got just the thing. I'll be right back. Don't you bother her, you two. I know what you're like.
And off she went.
Sorry, that's all great, Aunt Loretta.
She's very, what's the word?
Bunkers.
Interesting.
I think I might just go to my room for a little while. Sometimes, if I lie down, I get a bright idea for a story.
She just wants to get away from you-know-who.
Well, we need to stop you-know-who. Come on.
You-know-who was giving Natty green gloop.
Drink up. I'm here to help.
Loretta, I think Miss Scribbler wants to be left alone.
Nonsense. We're having a nice little chat, aren't we?
Actually, I'm not sure the mill is quite the right place for me to have a bright idea after all.
Rubbish. It's the perfect place.
Loretta, I really do think...
I know. I'll tell you one of my stories that'll get you going. Now, let me see. Once upon a time, there was a potato. Out. All the other vegetables used to call him Muddy Spud.
Oh, it's hopeless. Natty Scribbler says she doesn't think the mill is the right place to have an idea. And Loretta started telling a story about a potato.
Oh, no, not Muddy Spud. I'll see what I can do. You two come with me.
Grandpa had a plan, so we followed him upstairs.
You've got to get Loretta out of her room. Give me the thumbs up when Natty's alone.
But what are you going to do?
What do you think I'm going to do?
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
Well, you know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can make all kinds of things work. He can drive the toy car, he can chuff around in the Sunny Sands train.
And he can even make Mrs. Ostrich fly, which is odd, because ostriches can't fly, actually.
Today, he jumped into my cousin Jason's plane. And before we knew it, he flew right out of the window. Grandpa landed in the big nut tree in the meadow.
We had to get Loretta away from Natty, and I had an idea. I ran to Natty's room, and Josh went to let Grandpa in on my plan.
Stay there until I give you the sign, Grandpa.
So Muddy Spud said to the radishes, what is it, Elsie?
I know how you can help. Something that only you can do. You can make Natty a sardine and strawberry tart.
Oh, yes. You're right, that is. is something that only I can do.
Thank you, Elsie. I really don't think I'm going to have a bright idea here after all. I do feel peculiar after the gloop.
Maybe a little rest will help. And some fresh air. So, I opened the window and went to tell Josh that it was all clear. All clear.
Right.
Then I gave Grandpa the sign, and he took off and flew in through Nattie's window. She couldn't believe her eyes. Then he landed on the dressing table.
Oh my goodness, a little man.
At your service, ma'am.
What are you doing here?
Well, I heard you were hoping for a bright idea for a story, so I thought I'd just pop in and see if I could help.
This is magic.
Oh, yes. The mill on the marsh is a magical place, you know.
I thought so the minute I walked in, but I just haven't had an idea.
Well, I think you have now.
I think so too.
You never know where an idea may be. Sometimes it's right before your eyes. It might be hiding and you just can't find it. Then it takes you by surprise.
So true.
You never know when the next story will strike. You might wait forever and a day. Then you get that feeling, that magical feeling that a story's on its way.
Bright ideas, bright ideas. I've been having them for years and years. And this time I waited as long as I can. And at last it's here, the best idea.
I'll give a cheer.
The best idea has come from a little magic man.
Pleased to be of service, ma'am.
And Grandpa ran, got back into the plane, and off he flew. We were all ready to hear Nattie's new story.
Oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait. And here's a nice slice of sardine and strawberry tart for afters.
We didn't know where Grandpa was, but suddenly we saw the plane landing.
I'd better wake Grandpa up. He's sure to want to listen.
No, Uncle, there isn't time. We can tell Grandpa the story.
Ready?
And Nattie began.
Once upon a time, there were two children called Elsie and Josh, and a little dog called Wolfie. And they were living in a wonderful windmill. A writer came to stay. She wanted an idea for a new story, but try as she might, she just couldn't think of one. A kind old lady at the mill gave her some green gloop to help.
Oh, that's me! I'm in it.
Then she decided to have a rest. Just then, the children sent their magic plane through her window, and to her great surprise, out stepped a little man. A little magic man. And they sang a song together all about bright ideas. Bright ideas, bright ideas. I've been having them for years and years. And this time I've waited as long as I can. And at last it's here, the best idea. The best idea has come from a little magic man. And well, what do you know? Now the writer has a brand new story, and she will call it The Magic of the Mill. Oh, Marsh!
Good story. Well done.
Thank you. I have had a lot of practice at writing stories. Oh, that reminds me.
And off went Great Aunt Loretta.
And now I've got my new story, I think I'll take a walk outside.
I'll show you round, Nattie. You'll love it. Come and see the meadow.
Oh, that's
Just wonderful this time.
Isn't it just beautiful?
Grandpa quickly jumped off the toy box.
Come on, Grandpa, quick.
We did it. We gave Nattie Scribbler a brand new idea for a story.
And we're in the story.
That's because we all helped.
Teamwork. Then the trombone started up again.
Oh, look who's here. Had a nice help Natty with her story, I did.
Oh, well, I'm glad she's had a bright idea. Bright ideas, bright ideas.
Oh, I've been having them for years. Hang on. How do you know that song?
Oh, it's an old favourite, Loretta.
We were having a great time staying at the Mill on the Marsh for the whole summer. I was really excited because my cousin Jemima had come home for a few days.
Look at these, Wolfie. Aren't they marvellous? And you made them yourself.
Yep, and I designed them.
Jemima was on a summer fashion course, learning how to make clothes.
I made this specially for you, Mum, to wear at the fashion show.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Modelling, my new hobby.
Oh yes. Today, Jemima was holding a fashion show in Miss Smiley's cafe called A Passion for Fashion. Just then, I arrived with my dolls. I'm bringing my dolls' clothes so my dolls can have a fashion show too.
Oh, that's very sweet, Elsie. And you're going to model as well, remember?
I know. Cool.
I don't have enough boys to model. Why did Jason and Josh pick today to go to a cricket match?
Well, I could model for you. I like dressing up.
Oh, Grandpa, I didn't make anything for you to wear. Sorry.
Well, if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, but I've got plenty of people helping already. There's me, Elsie, Mum, my two friends Ellie and Sophia, Miss Smiley. Oh, and Mr. Whoops.
Mr. Whoops, is that a good idea?
Oh, look at the time. We're going to be late for the rehearsal.
It's okay, Mum. No need to panic. It's all under control.
I'll come and pick you up later, Grandpa. Why don't you have a little lie down now? Save your energy for watching the show.
I might just do that.
Okay. Let's go.
Come on, Elsie.
Mr. Whoops is bound to have a little accident, if not several. Jemima's going to need some help.
But she's already got loads of people helping.
But only one of them has got one of these.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He runs and jumps about all over the place. And I can never catch him. He goes zoom zoom in the car and he loves flying Jason's plane. And sweeping about on Gordon the seagull. And chuffing in the Sunny Sands train. He even flies about on Mrs. Ostrich, which is amazing, because ostriches can't fly, actually. But today, Grandpa just jumped into my little case.
Elsie, come on.
And off we went to join the others. We arrived at Miss Smiley's cafe, and soon Jemima had everything and everyone under control.
Sophia and Ellie, could you put all the chairs in a line by the window? Yep, I'm on it. Mum, can you sort out the music?
Oh, no problem.
Miss Smiley, could you give the floor another sweep?
Another one? Well, you're the boss.
Everyone was busy, so I opened up my little case and Grandpa jumped out. He found a good place to hide.
I really need a male model. Any ideas, anyone?
Oh, I know someone who'd love to do it.
Really? Who's that?
My lovely, jubbly hubby, Mr. Whoops.
Wonder wife of mine. Whoops.
Mr. Whoops? A model?
What did you just say? Me? A model? That's one of my dreams, that is. Oh, please let me be in passion for fashion.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
I knew you would.
Okay then, we'll give it a try.
But Jemima wasn't too sure.
Oh, I'm so pleased I came.
And guess who turned up next?
Darling! Mrs. Maridadi.
Mrs. Maridadi is the Sunny Sands dressmaker.
I've just heard about passion for fashion. Now, nobody in Sunny Sands has more passion for fashion than me, so I've come along to help.
That's really kind, but I really don't need any more help.
Oh, don't be silly. There's heaps to do. Are these your models? Oh, dear.
No, I'm even more pleased I came.
Grandpa wanted to talk to me.
Oh, that tummy. Inwards and lose the chin. That's it, lovely. Oh, well, yes.
And Mrs. Maridadi came over.
Just the job. Now, put these on the heads, please.
I know what Mrs. Maridadi's like. She'll try to take over. I've got to stop her.
Elsie, come here, darling.
Grandpa was right. Mrs. Maridadi was already taking over. She'd made everyone put cakes on their heads.
Why have we got cakes on our heads?
To help you walk with a straight back, darling. All models walk with straight backs. Have a cherry chunk, Elsie. Mr. Whoops, what are you going to put on your head?
How about a tropical trifle?
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Poor Jemima could only sit and watch.
No. Everyone ready to practice their walks? I brought along some beautiful music to help us.
It's all right, Mrs. Maridadi.
Lovely, darling.
I think I'm slipping.
Gorgeous. No. Poise and posture.
I hate this music. And no one walks like that anymore.
Next pair. Straight back, long neck. Remember your trifle, Mr. Whoops?
Grandpa was looking worried. Then suddenly, this happened. Grandpa was covered in Miss Smiley's tropical trifle.
I've got cream all over my caftan. I'll get you a cloth.
And I'll get the mop.
Are you all right, Mr. Whoops?
I've got a bit of a bump.
I'll go and get a bandage.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whoops, but you can't possibly be a model in my fashion show.
Your fashion show?
No, I understand.
I've got to get out of these clothes.
But you can't go running around the cafe in your pants.
But it is Jemima's.
I know.
Everybody get their fashion show clothes on, please. I want to do an inspection.
I put Grandpa in my case and took him into the storeroom.
Do something.
Oh, she's only trying to help.
I don't need any more help, especially not Mrs. Maridadi's. It's all under control. At least it was.
I was in the storeroom looking after Grandpa. I wiped off the trifle and put his clothes out to dry.
I hope your dolls don't mind me borrowing that dressing gown.
You look really cute.
Look, I've got to get back out there. Who knows what Mrs. Maridadi's up to now?
Mrs. Maridadi was up to this.
This dress is too long. This one's too baggy. This needs more sparkle. And this needs a huge purple flower.
Really? I think they all look perfect.
Perfect? No, but not to worry. It can all be fixed. I can fix everything.
That's it. I give up.
No, Jemima, don't.
Jemima left the cafe to get some fresh air. She was upset.
She's upset.
But Grandpa, being Grandpa, had a plan.
Trust me, darling. It looks fabulous.
Grandpa went back to the storeroom and I went to talk to Mrs. Maridadi. Mrs. Maridadi?
What is it, darling? I'm busy.
I went to have a fashion show with my dolls, but their clothes aren't very good.
Miss Smiley, stand still or you'll get a pin in you.
They need someone really clever like you to fix them, so please can you help me?
But you can see I'm very busy, darling.
But nobody else can make clothes like you. You're the best clothes-makery person in the whole universe.
Yes, of course you're right. Very well, but I can't give you long. Stay there. Don't move.
Well done, Elsie. I'll go and get Jemima.
Meanwhile, in the storeroom...
I don't know what we can put on this dreadful little doll of yours. And look at the state of these. Ugh. But not to worry. It can all be fixed. I can fix everything.
Our plan was working. Mrs. Maridadi got so carried away with the doll's clothes that Jemima had plenty of time to get everything exactly how she wanted it.
You all look so cool. Especially you, Mr. Whoops.
Miss Smiley thought so too. My dolls didn't look so cool. Especially not Grandpa.
See, I can even make a dreadful little doll like that look beautiful. I can fix everything.
Just then, Jemima came in.
Elsie, I need you. Everyone's here. Passion for Fashion's about to begin.
I thought the dreadful little doll would like to watch, so I put her in my pocket. Then the music started.
What?
Up and down we went in Jemima's amazing clothes.
Do come and watch, Mrs. Maradadi.
And Mr. Whoops didn't fall over once.
Oh no, I forgot to go and collect Grandpa.
Auntie Jules had no idea he'd been here all the time. I put Grandpa on a shelf. Everyone was very impressed, even Mrs. Maradadi.
Bravo! Of course, none of this would have happened without my help.
When the fashion show was over, Auntie Jules brought us home in Campo. Grandpa had changed back into his own clothes. Cup of Grandpa, quick!
We did it, Elsie. We helped Jemima and she didn't even know. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Grandpa, I'm ever so sorry. We were so busy with the fashion show, I just couldn't get away.
I can't believe you missed it. It's such a shame.
Oh, never mind. Did it go well?
Brilliantly. See, I told you I didn't need your help. I had it all under control.
Sunny Sands is called Sunny Sands because it's sunny and it's sandy and it's right by the sea. We love Miss Smiley's cafe and Mr. Whoops' toy shop. But most of all, we love staying at the mill on the marsh with Auntie Jules and Uncle CJ. Today, Auntie Jules had taken my sister Elsie into town, but my cousin Jason was at home.
Roar! What do you think?
Oh, Jason, that's wonderful.
Auntie Jules' Bits and Bobs box had been really useful for our dino
The
world.
dinosaurs of Sunny Sands.
I'm going to cover mine in felt.
Oh, it's a good idea. They look real.
What's his name?
Damian.
Oh, it's a good name for a dinosaur.
Yes, today was the day when Jason made a dinosaur called Damian. As Uncle CJ came downstairs, the doorbell rang.
Oh, I'll get it. It's a guest. Don't frighten him with your dinosaurs.
And he went to let the new guest in.
Ah, welcome to the Mill on the Marsh.
Uncle CJ took the new guest upstairs.
Well, it sure is good to be in Sunny Sands.
Ah, yes. Away from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Ooh. Yeah. I heard so much about this marsh from my daddy. Hey, wildlife, eh?
Plenty of wildlife.
Yeah.
Did your father like the marsh then?
Like it? He owned it. Yes, sir. But he moved to America, see? That's where I was born. Yeah, he's getting old now, so, well, he's giving all of this to me, Mr. Montague Mortar.
Well, I hope you like it as much as we do, Mr. Mortar.
Oh, I sure do. Yeah, I gotta tell you something, sir. I got big plans for it. Secret plans.
Uncle CJ didn't like the sound of these secret plans for the marsh. What could Mr. Mortar mean? Meanwhile, Jason had finished making Damian.
Ta-da! Oh, Jason, that's terrific.
You're not going to believe this. Our latest guest is from America, and he owns the marsh.
Owns the marsh? What's his name?
Mr. Mortar.
Oh, Mr. Mortar from over the water, eh?
I think he's planning to build something.
What do you mean he's planning to build something?
He was very secretive. He's left more cases outside.
Well, we've got to find out what it is and stop him.
Of course. We don't want any buildings on the marsh.
Certainly not. And I'm more likely to find out what he's up to if I'm small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
When Grandpa shrinks, he can run so fast you can't catch him. And he can make things go, like Jason's plane. And the car. And Gordon the seagull. And sometimes it's really hard to find him. He's here.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Can you give me a hand, you two? Oh, Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he?
So off we went to help Uncle CJ.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Grab another case.
That's the heavy one. Be careful with that now, son.
Mr. Mortis' cases were really heavy.
Oh, bricks. You gotta love a brick.
And he started to build something. In the kitchen, Grandpa got into Upsy-Downsy and up he went.
Oh, yeah. The bigger, the better.
Mr. Mortar was building a tower. Just then, Grandpa arrived, jumped to the floor and ran behind the sofa.
Cool. Now let's see where that could go.
What is he doing?
And Mr. Mortar went to the balcony to look at the marsh. Grandpa went too and peeped.
Yep, I can see it all now. The tower will look fabulous.
Oh, no, it won't.
Just fabulous.
There was no way Grandpa was going to let Mr. Mortar build a tower on the marsh. So he did this. Then he quickly hid.
What's going on? Who did that?
Just then, we came in.
Who did what?
Well, someone knocked my bricks down.
Well, there was nobody here, Mr. Mortar. How strange. I'll go and get some lunch ready. Josh and Jason will help you pick up the bricks.
Jason started to help, and I saw Grandpa.
Is this your first visit to Sunny Sands then, Mr. Mortar?
Well, sure is. It's a real old-fashioned kind of place. It needs to be brought up to date. See, we're living in the 21st century now.
While Jason chatted to Mr. Mortar, I had a chat with Grandpa.
He wants to build a tower on the marsh.
No!
Yes. Now, here's what we do.
And Grandpa whispered his plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna build something really cool here in Sunny Sands, and nobody's gonna stop me.
The Sunny Sands dinosaurs might stop you.
Dinosaurs? Hey, Sunny Sands might be old-fashioned, but you're not trying to tell me you still got dinosaurs here.
It took Jason a bit of time to realise that this was Grandpa's idea.
Oh, yes, they live here. They don't want anything to happen to the marsh, you see.
Yeah, that's a good joke. I like your joke. Well, I think I'm gonna take a look around outside now.
Off he went, and Grandpa came out of his hiding place.
You follow him. Find out more. I'll watch from the balcony until I'm needed. Okay?
Okay. We found Mr. Mortar in the meadow, looking at the big tree.
Brilliant tree, isn't it? It's a nut tree.
Well, it'll have to come down. I'm gonna be building something much bigger and stronger than a nut tree.
Oh, no, you're not. Mrs. Ostrich, it's you or me, gal.
And Grandpa jumped onto Elsie's Mrs. Ostrich and took off. He flew down to the meadow and landed in the nut tree. Luckily, Mr. Mortar didn't see him.
Right.
He shook a branch and down came the nuts.
What the? Hey, who's doing that? Is there something up there?
It's probably just a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs of Sunny Sands, eh? You guys crack me up.
They don't want the nut tree to be pulled down.
Hey, I'm going back up to my room now to put the finishing touches on my plans. You guys can bring me my lunch, and when you do, I'll let you in on my little secret. 'Cause I like you guys, see?
Oh, great.
Off went Mr. Mortar and down flew Grandpa. We rushed to talk to him.
I'll want dinosaurs. Make sure you get them into his room and put them under the bed.
Okay, Grandpa.
I'll be waiting outside the window for you to let me in.
We'll get the dinosaurs into his room when we take up his lunch.
Good plan. Oh, and boys, take the legs off Damian.
Take the legs off Damian. Right.
Mr. Mortar was in a good mood when we brought him his lunch.
Well, get ready for a big surprise, fellas. Come on in.
And that's when we saw this. This is what he was going to build on the marsh. This was the big secret. A great big model town.
A great big shiny new town. A city even. Right next to Sunny Sands.
Whoa, that's amazing. Can you show me exactly where everything will go, Mr. Mortar?
Well, sure I can.
So, Jason took Mr. Mortar back to the balcony, which meant that I could let Grandpa in. I quickly hid the box of dinosaurs under the bed. Then I saw Grandpa. I opened the window and in he flew. They're under the bed, Grandpa.
Did you take the legs off Damian?
Yep.
Good. See you later.
Yeah, there'll be huge buildings out there as far as you can see. And they'll all be silver and glass and sparkling in the sunshine.
Incredible.
Well, I gotta run, boys. Cities don't build themselves.
But when Mr. Mortar got back to his room, Grandpa had done this. He'd arranged the Sunny Sands dinosaurs all around Mr. Mortar's model town.
Hey? What the? Dinosaurs? How'd you all get here? Oh, no!
Grandpa was hiding under Damian and using his own legs to get about. Damian started moving through the streets, bashing his head against the buildings.
Oh, my... Good. Get on now!
And the buildings started to topple down.
Leave me alone!
No, go away now. Leave me alone.
Y'all get away! No!
Get out. Get away from me.
What's happening?
I'm leaving. That's what's happening. Get my things. And no dinosaurs, right?
We can explain everything.
We'll get his things.
And we ran to rescue Grandpa. And so, Mr. Mortar left the mill and the big nut tree and all the Sunny Sands dinosaurs and us and the beautiful marsh in peace. As soon as he'd gone, Grandpa got out of Damian. He took off his cap and came back to his normal size.
Well done, Grandpa.
I couldn't have done it alone. I had to have your help, and Damian's, of course. Teamwork, I'd say.
Teamwork.
Oh, Grandpa, you missed all the excitement. Jason and Josh convinced Mr. Mortar that there were dinosaurs in Sunny Sands. Yes, apparently one of them moved and roared. Yep, just like that, Grandpa. But then I suppose you are a bit of a dinosaur, aren't you? Ha!
Suppose I am.